and welcome to Garden Invaders. Now you might think that this backyard looks like a building site, and that's because it is one. But with a bit of imagination, a little know-how and a lot of hard work, it could be transformed into someone's very personal Garden of Eden. Now we'll provide the designer and the workforce, but it's down to the people responsible for this mess to earn everything they need to work their magic. So let's meet today's would-be gardeners. Newlyweds Kevin and Sinead live in Stafford. Kevin, a builder by trade, has spent the last year doing the house up for his new wife Sinead, who's just moved in. So the garden's been forgotten about, but not by neighbour Duncan, who is constantly reminded of it. So what's the story, Duncan?
Well, you've seen it for yourself. That's not a garden, it's a building site. That's what I get up and look at every morning out my bedroom window. I've spoken to them, I've nagged them, moaned them. I can't do any more. I need some help, and they need some help.
Well, we could provide them with the help, but whether or not it's transformed into a thing of beauty is very much down to them, so keep your fingers crossed. Guys, it comes to something when your next door neighbour has to call us to sort out your garden. What's the story with it?
Well, I moved in about 12 months ago when we bought the house, but I've been trying to do the house up to get it right, build the extension, do all the work inside to get it nice, and try and get everything done before we got married, which was about 3 weeks ago, but obviously we failed on this side.
You did?
Well, I did.
mean, how did you feel, Sinead, when you turn up here? You've just got married, the deal was it was going to be cleared, and you turn up and it is still an absolute tip.
It's a total mess.
The deal didn't come off, did it?
I'm afraid not.
But there is somebody's trying here, and I presume this is
Me.
you. You've done a bit of planting of things here, haven't you?
Well, I've tried to get some of the clippings out so they weren't totally squashed by all the rubble, but because I do like gardens, my mum's garden's very nice, and to come and live here with this garden at the minute, not
I
really
think
keen.
it looks fine.
You would, you're a builder. You know, your garden's to put stuff in, isn't it? Well, the deal is we'll clear it, you know that. Okay, whatever happens, we'll tidy all the rubbish out, which will sort out one of your major problems,
Yes.
Sinead. But whether we transform this into a fantastic garden depends on whether you can earn the stuff that the team need to be able to do it, okay? That's the deal. You get into the house, I'll be with you in 2 secs, all right?
Okay.
I just need to talk to Jack.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
See you in a moment.
All right.
What a mess. What a huge mess. Poor old Jack. Designer Jack Flower and her trusty team of invaders are on hand to give the garden the once-over, and we have 350 quid's worth of plants and materials that hopefully can be put to good use in Kevin and Sinead's backyard. Nearly got mowed down again. Not good.
It's a bomb site, isn't it? I thought builders only did this at clients' houses, not their own. This is awful, isn't it? What can I say?
Have you got some inspiration for this?
Yeah, I think it's to turn around and go home.
Shall we?
No,
Let's go, let's go.
no. No, it'll be fine, I'm sure. I think we've just got to clear all this mess first and see what's underneath, haven't we?
Good luck. That could
Thank
take a
you.
while. Boy, have they got their work cut out, but I have every confidence. The pressure is now on Kevin and Sinead, though. Are you in there, guys? Come on out, have a look at what could be in your back garden. Take a walk through. The whole lot, everything here, could be yours if you get the questions right.
Oh, I like those ones, those
The
flowers.
flowers.
Beautiful, aren't they? Lots of
Tuna.
colour, lots of wonderful
Barbecue
plants.
as well, babe.
Hey, you got your eye on that, have you, sir?
Oh, certainly have.
Excellent. And don't forget, big star prize. What a wonderful thing that is to relax on in your back garden. There'll be a question right at the end of the show when you've seen your new garden. If you get it right, it's yours. Question 1, get it right, and all that lot over there could be yours. Pallets, huge pallets, that's one of a few. You've got bark chippings, you've got a liner, you've got paint. You've got a whole lot of stuff there that is the basic raw landscaping that Jack and the Invaders absolutely definitely need. All right, otherwise you're going to have a very dull garden. Here it goes. Which bird is perhaps most famous for laying its eggs in other birds' nests and then leaves them to bring up the chicks? Is it the sparrow, the parrot, or the cuckoo?
The cuckoo.
It is the cuckoo. Well done. You see, I said they start easy, don't they? You see, well done, but it's all yours. Take it out, Kelly.
Well done,
Paul,
babe.
it's all going. The whole lot's going around the back. Do you think it was a trick question?
Yeah,
Confident as ever. You like animals, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
we're going to have a garden. They've got the deck, marvellous. Let's put it up against here and then we'll clear a space and put it down. These pallets are instant decking.
Right, down here I have 3 plants. A couple of those. Got them?
Okay.
There you go. Now, if you get the question, stop looking at them. You don't know what you've got to do yet. All right, pay attention. So I'll tell you what you could end up having in the back garden. Is all that bamboo screening, loads of crushed glass, the stakes, and a whole stack of railway sleepers. Now, you've got to win this, right? Not because they need them in the back so much as it nearly killed us taking them around the side of your house, because they're around there at the moment, all right?
Right.
So please win them, because I don't want to take them back,
Okay.
all right? The question is, 2 of these plants you would probably quite like in your garden. One of them you wouldn't. Which one is the plant that you wouldn't want in your garden? Have you got any idea what any of them are?
No, not really.
Not really, no.
I think that looks a bit weedy.
That one.
This is the one you're going to bin?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's just go through them again. This is a busy Lizzie.
Right.
That you certainly would want. That is, you look worried now,
Yeah, I do.
is a lady's mantle, which is a really lovely plant when it grows up. Glistens when you get drops of rainwater on it. Absolutely beautiful. And this is a ground elder, incredibly invasive. You have loads of it in your back garden already, so you should have spotted it. You should know that. Well done, you got it. You're brilliant. Let's take it away. We'll take it all out. Excuse me, well, I'll just give him a hand. We can get rid of the grass, which is gorgeous stuff. Here we go. Well done. It's going well, team.
It is.
Have you ever grown your own fruit and veg?
You're going to say if I'm a grown. I'm only 5 foot.
I wouldn't be so personal. You're perfectly proportioned. Now, have you ever grown fruit and veg?
Not at all.
No.
All right, okay. Do you like tomatoes? Excellent. Because the next bit is a bit of DIY. So drag that in for you. What we've got here are all the ingredients you need to basically start off growing your own tomatoes.
Right.
I want you to plant these plants, tomato plants, in exactly the right way, okay? Stake them out, get them ready for growing. While you're doing it, I'm going to check how Jack and the Invaders are getting on in the back garden. I'll be back. If you do it all correctly, and to my satisfaction, then you'll get cans of spray paint, those lovely pots, and that plastic sheeting as well. I'll be back later.
Right. How do we do this?
The team cleared up that builder's tip by removing all the rubble and junk, cut back the garden with a strimmer which can easily be hired by the day, and found a cheap way to cover that excuse of a lawn with the pallets. The building site is no more.
It
Amazing.
took some clearing though. What a mess it was. But the lawn was completely unsavable. Where all the rubbish had been, all the turf had died, and underneath most of it were huge craters and potholes. So these decks are covering a multitude of sins. But these pallets, I mean, they're great. £10 each, that's all.
You're kidding.
Yeah, you can find them in the back of papers, yellow pages. And they're, you know, they're really substantial. A coat of paint and they're transformed.
If you started from scratch with just wood and you built this, it would cost you hundreds.
It would cost a fortune, yeah.
Incredible.
I mean, we've got 50 quid's worth here.
Incredible, and I thought you were going to use them as some kind of wall.
As if.
That's why, that's why you're the garden designer, and I asked the questions.
But you can't just throw them down, especially on a lawn that's all over like this. We've raised these, as you can see, the guys are putting bricks under and slates so they're all level, because if they're not level, it just makes the whole garden, you know, all over the place. So pay a bit of attention to that. But it hasn't all been disasters. We found some real treasures. Come and have a look.
As ever.
Of course.
Your beady little eyes.
Beneath all those brambles over in that corner, we found this wedged up against the fence. Isn't it super?
That is really lovely, isn't it?
A Victorian chimney pot, and I promise not to paint it any colour. I'm just going to leave it because it's lovely. It's got
how will you be able to deal with the temptation,
I
Jack?
know, but it is lovely, isn't it? And look at all these cuttings and plants that Sinead has been nurturing, so we're of course going to use those in the garden.
Well, that's good, because Sinead is very keen to have a go, but I think found the whole thing overwhelming, that she didn't really know where to start. So.
Well, I think most of it needed raising to the ground. It was so